Well, 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 hello, hello, hello. Hello, chat. It's about damn time, isn't it? Hello. Yo, Jay. Second. I think you were the first one, mate. I'm pretty sure you were first. How's it going, y'all? Hello, hello. How you doing, Jay? How's it going? It's finally time. Oops. It is finally time to start this goddamn Egglocke. I posted... How long ago was it? It was last month, wasn't it? Like early last month, early February, that I did the wheel spin thing to pick a random Nuzlocke variant in game. And it's taken this long. Dude, to be fair, this would have been started sooner if not for the fact that Gen 3 games are a pain in the arse. February 19th, almost exactly a month. Well, I guess exactly 4 weeks, nearly, because February. Weird. But, yeah. We had some issues with this. Originally it was supposed to be in Pokemon Emerald. I then found out that apparently there's issues with Pokemon Emerald where you can't change abilities in the game without, I guess, doing actual, like, ROM hacking. Just using a save file editor, you can't change abilities to illegal ones. Which was news to me, because you can do it with randomizers, but I guess the way randomizers do it is different, because it's like just swapping the abilities around. Or like it's swapping the data between the Pokemon, and that's how they're getting the abilities, I guess. Which is, I guess, different than just trying to change the ability without actually changing, like, the data of the game. It's very weird. Either way, made it so we couldn't really do Emerald. Bumped it up to Platinum, so let you guys have a little bit more time to edit, change your Pokemon if you wanted to, for the new gen. And even this had some issues. I'll just tell you right now. When I was testing out getting this set up, found out that when I give a Pokemon, when I make a Pokemon an egg and change their ability to something else, and then you hatch that egg, the ability doesn't stay what it was. It changes to their normal ability that they would have. So, yeah, kind of annoying. So either I'm going... my original plan... I'll just say this right out. My original plan was to just... Whenever we would get an egg and hatch it, I would look at the spreadsheet and just go into PK Hex and just change their ability again once they're hatched. And then they would keep that ability. And then they would actually keep the ability. But then I was like, that's going to be a pain in the arse constantly doing that. Especially in the early game when we're going to be catching a lot of Pokemon over and over and over again. So what I did instead was, after I filled up the box with all the eggs, I then just copied all of them into a different box, made them not eggs, basically be the exact same, but they wouldn't be eggs, and then that way they would keep the abilities. So what we're going to do when we hatch an egg, I'm going to use a random number. First of all, I obviously had to set this up so I generally know what each egg is. I'm obviously not going to remember 30 fucking eggs throughout the playthrough. I'm not going to remember what every single one exactly is. But just to stop from any kind of shenanigans, I am going to use a random number generator to pick the eggs each time. That way I don't have any control over what we're getting. Whenever I hatch an egg, I will just correspond that with the Pokemon in the other box, and I will just swap them. And then that way I will have it with the ability and nickname and all that kind of stuff, and I won't have to fucking close the game and go into a save editor and then open it back up again. It would be annoying as fuck to do that all the time. So, I mean, hopefully in the future, if I do another Egglocke, I will, one, try and get more eggs, because we just have 30, basically a full box, which is enough. But it would be nice to try and get more for in the future, so I'll try and figure that out, how I can try and get more eggs. But also maybe I'll try and see if anybody would be willing to just set it up for me so that I can go in completely blind, not knowing what has been submitted. But you know, small streamer, don't have a bunch of mods that can just sit and do this shit for me, so kinda have to do it myself. That's the way it goes. But yeah. So if you've never seen an Egglocke before, basically the way it works is anytime we would get a normal encounter for a Nuzlocke, once we've caught it, we go to the PC, we swap it for a random egg, and that egg becomes our encounter for that area. And then that's what we play through the game with. I asked all of you guys to submit Pokemon through a Google Doc form that I made. You guys made a bunch of crazy shit. So a bunch of different ones with they all have, or most of them have stuff they wouldn't normally have. They have abilities they don't normally have, movesets they wouldn't normally have. So there's pretty crazy shit. There's some people made some pretty normal stuff, but a lot of it is wild shit. And I'll just say this right now, not to rag on you guys a bit, there's quite a few duplicate Pokemon and like abilities that have been used. It is not the most diverse box of eggs, I will say, for the most part. There's a few duplicate ideas people had, I think. Funnily enough, Derek, I will say this. So you probably would have guessed this, Derek. One of the Pokemon you submitted, somebody else in my community and the Discord submitted. You can probably guess maybe which one. But somebody else completely outside of the inside joke we have with that Pokemon also submitted that Pokemon. So there is 3 of one Pokemon among the 30 eggs. 10% of the eggs is one single Pokemon. And they all have generally similar strategies. Which is wild. But, you know, there's a lot of insanely OP stuff in there. There's some really bad stuff people made. And there's, you know, in between stuff. And people just submitted some stuff that was just Pokemon they liked. So, we're in for a wild ride. And I guess we'll see how we can actually beat the game. I mean, here's the thing. We might get unlucky enough that I get all of the trash Pokemon at the beginning and just can't even beat the first gym. But I don't think that's possible. There's only like a few eggs I think we could potentially get a combination of that would actually make that be a thing. But we'll see. Means you're likely going to be forced to use it. Potentially. I also had this thought. A couple of people did give me Pokemon with some HM moves. But due to the fact that this is obviously a fucking Nuzlocke and I'm going to have to make progress in the game, and for the most part I don't want to change too many of the movesets around from the Pokemon you guys submitted, because I feel like that would be disingenuous if I could just change the moves you gave them. You know what I mean? So I might catch a couple of regular mons that are just going to be for HM use alone, or when we need them, because it'll be necessary to do that, unless you guys are cool with me changing the moves. But also we might have a group of Pokemon where none of them can learn the HMs I need. So Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm also wondering, should I do the thing of whatever first 6 Pokemon we hatch, I have to keep that team until something dies? Or do we want to just swap stuff out as we like? Because it would be, like, on the one hand, it's like, oh, it would be kind of lame if you just box everything that isn't good. But also, it would be also kind of lame if we just, like, go through a big portion of the game without anything dying, and then we just don't even get to use any of the other stuff. So maybe we could do, like, I'll try and keep the team we have for at least a gym, and then maybe after a gym we can swap some stuff out or something. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Noble, hello. I've been playing Pokemon for over 15 years and somehow I've never ever done a Nuzlocke. That's kind of crazy, actually. But I mean, some people just don't like Nuzlockes, which is fair. Some people just don't. I have a friend that I grew up with, and he's a big Pokemon fan as well. We've both been playing Pokemon basically our whole lives. Like, we grew up playing the games together constantly, and he doesn't like Nuzlockes. He's never really done one. So, well, let's get to it, shall we? So obviously, as you can see, I've already started the game. I got up to the point where I did the intro, got the starter, came to the town, went back and talked to the mother, came back again, did the Pokemon catching tutorial. So now we can just swap out our starter for something and then immediately go and catch Pokemon and swap them out, and we can begin the game. But then I want to do all the intro stuff because it's like just annoying and would just be a waste of time. So let's go swap our starter for our first egg, shall we? And see what we get. I did do a randomizer Nuzlocke for the first time a few days ago on Black 2. I defeated the 7th gym, but lost against 3 Team Plasma, sadly. Nah. A rip. I mean, good first try, though. For your first Nuzlocke. And Gen 5 as well. Gen 5 games can be pretty hard. They can be pretty brutal to Nuzlocke. So first try getting that far is pretty nice. Alright, so I have a wheel that we can use. Whatever number this lands on, that will be the number egg we get. 1 to 30. Okay. I'm so glad that I nudged over to 23, because I'm pretty sure I know what number 2 was, and I really didn't want to start with that. But I also don't know what one this is, and it could be just as bad. So we will remove that choice. Number 23. Let's see who it is. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Oh. Oh, right, I have to, like, hatch it first. I can't just have an egg on me. I guess we hatch this first, and then we can put Turtwig into PC. Let's hatch this egg. I'm pretty sure I put all the eggs to their hatch cycle to be just 1, so they should hatch fairly quickly. But yeah, okay, that's not too bad. If I feel the need to, we can always put in a code that just makes them hatch instantly or something. But let's see what our first egg of the Egglocke is. Who we got? Is it something good? Is it something bad? Oh, it's an insanely good one. Well. So this is to be nicknamed Randy. This egg was submitted by MinaaChi, the slime girl VTuber friend of the stream that we have collabed with a bunch. Our first egg is Neba's, and it is a Blaziken. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I don't want to spoil stuff, for you guys. But I also need to swap this with the actual egg that will have the right ability, because weird way abilities work. So I'm just going to do this while I grab the right actual... while I swap this with the right Pokemon. Like, it's not bad. It was either this or go into fucking PK Hex and close the game every time we get a Pokemon. And this was the easier method. Because, like, it's not like I don't know what all the Pokemon are anyway. But you guys don't, so... How do I know you're not cheating? I mean... You saw what the egg hatched into, so you know what it is. You know what the Pokemon is. I'm not... And the only duplicate Pokemon you guys gave me... The only duplicate Pokemon that exist were all very similar in terms of, like, their stats and stuff, so... Also, I think it removes their item as well. Which is annoying. Let me just double check this has worked correctly. Yes, it has. Okay. Money! Alright. Are you guys ready to see the first insanely good... the first egg we hatched and how insanely OP it is? Thank you, Neba, for giving me something that's actually crazy. We have a Blaziken called Randy, submitted by Neba. It has the Quick Claw. It's adamant. It has huge power. And it has not the best moveset though, I will say. She at least nerfed the moveset. Cut, Harden, String Shot, Meteor Mash is not the best. No stab moves and really only one decent damaging move. Though I feel like Adamant Huge Power Cut will probably also do a lot of damage. Yeah. So we have Cut. That's nice. But, yeah. Pretty good start. Here's the issue with this Blaziken though. I don't know how I'm going to be able to catch other Pokemon without killing them. So I'm going to have to probably just throw balls and hope for the best. Yeah, I don't think anything's surviving a huge power cut. I think even if I stayed at level 5. So I think the first few encounters I'm going to have to just throw balls at and hope for the best. I'm going to say no to Focus Energy. You know what I should have... I maybe should have had a section that asked, are you okay with me teaching them new moves? And people could say yes, no, or some, but please keep these moves for the whole run. But I think if I'm going to try and keep the moves that we have, that's fine for this. I might give it Rock Smash, just because we also need that as an HM move early on. And even though it's Stab, it's fucking Rock Smash. I'm pretty sure in this gen it's still 20 power, maybe 40. Which basically means it would be slightly stronger than Cut. But we'll see. W Bug Move. At least a decent start. It's at least something that can do damage. So we're not just going to get, you know, destroyed by... Oh wait, I should buy Pokeballs. Because I think I only have the starting 5. I don't remember if there's anything early on in this gen that can poison me, but just to be safe. I don't think Cranados is going to tank him. A huge power Adamant Meteor Mash. Although knowing my luck, I'll miss like 2 in a row and he'll fucking crit headbutt me. Antidote. Alright, we have like 3 possible encounters we can catch to get any more eggs, so let's go and try and get them real quick. And we can fill up our party a little bit before we actually make progress. What do we got? It's a Starly! The good thing is, at least a lot of these early game Pokemon you should pretty much be able to just throw balls at and catch. Without having to damage them. Unless we get unlucky. Okay. I see how it's gonna go. I'm trying to think. So we have 30 eggs. I don't know how many total encounters we actually get in Platinum. I think it might be like a little bit more than 30, but not by much. So we could potentially miss a few and still be fine to like see every egg. And even if we somehow don't, I'll probably just hatch any eggs that are left at the end that we didn't see just to show them. But I think it's very possible we'll see everyone just during the playthrough. Especially if we have a lot of deaths. I mean, Dupe's Claws we don't really care about since it's not the Pokemon we're using, so I'll catch another Starly, sure. Pretty sure Starly and Bidoof are the only Pokemon we can catch here, and they probably have the same catch rate anyway, so not like it matters. Oh, you couldn't just be nice and stay in one ball. There we go. Alright. Ba ba da 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 ba da da ba ba da ba da ba. Bye, Doof. Alright, we have one more encounter up here. Route 202. And then we'll get all these lads swapped. And hatch the eggs. I'd be fine with either of the ones I submitted. I would ideally like the second one you submitted, not the first one. I don't really know what I'm going to do with the first one, I'll be honest. I feel like it's only going to be useful in like boss fights. And like that's it. Yeah. Definitely will need to use the speed up when I use that Pokemon. I strongly relate to my one. I got the feeling from that. I think there was a few people that submitted Pokemon where I was like, ah, they basically created themselves as a Pokemon. Or someone else with as a Pokemon in some cases. Alrighty then. I didn't know what to do, so Danny decided to make a sleepy guy. Not a bad choice. Okay. We have 3 numbers to do. First one. Number 10. Okay. 6, 12, 11, 10. Let's get all the eggs in the party first and then we can hatch them. Okay. Remove choice. Number 9. And is the final number 19. Whoops. Uh, 19. So 12, 18, 19. Let's see what we got, y'all. 9, 10, and 19. Yeah, it is funny. 9 and 10 plus... Yeah, 9 plus 10, 19. I don't know how that worked out. Oh, God. Well... Hey, Minnie, can you take a wild guess at who submitted this? Fishy! Alright, we'll get them all hatched first and then we'll look through them. An Ariados. This was submitted by Speedy, who wants to name this Skittles. Skittles the Ariados. I forgot that Pokemon exists, not gonna lie. It's not the best. Not the strongest Pokemon out there. Doesn't really get much love. Although I did have a Nuzlocke once where it actually did surprisingly well. And the final egg. Wagner, yay! Our boy Wagner. Our first shiny! Now... double check. Okay. This was submitted by Danny, who wants it to be called Nana. Hide these. Not banana, just Nana. I don't know why I didn't question her choices. Banana. Ooh, banana. Yeah, I mean, it's because I have to swap the hatch Pokemon with non-hatch Pokemon that I duplicated because their abilities don't stay the same once they've hatched. So I had to basically make 2 versions of each one. That one has eggs that we would hatch, and then others that are not eggs that would actually have the abilities kept, because the game's weird and doesn't keep abilities that you change for some reason when you hatch them. It's strange. I'll just hide the screen when I do that, just so I don't spoil all the other Pokemon for you guys before we actually see them. Now we can actually look at these properly. I don't know why their levels are different, I'll be honest, but first we got Fishy, who submitted a Magikarp called Fishy with an Everstone, so we can never evolve it. It is staying a Magikarp. Modest nature, with Drizzle, with Lick, Thunder, Hydro Cannon, and Aeroblast. This is a mixed bag. Insane moveset. I don't know why Lick. 3 really powerful moves and then Lick. With Drizzle, I'll be honest, I don't know if Drizzle Hydro Cannon is really going to make much of a difference for it being a Magikarp. Like, I think as bad as Gyarados' special attack is, I think it would still do more damage with a Surf than a Drizzle Hydro Cannon Magikarp does with its abysmal stats. But you know what? It's on the team. Next one we have is Skittles. This was submitted by Speedy. A Silk Scarf. Adamant nature, pretty good. It's got speed boost. Also pretty nice. This thing's got kind of middling speed. With the moves Mega Horn, Poison Tail, Aeroblast, and Explosion. So I guess just in case I really want to sacrifice this thing, Silk Scarf Explosion. Mega Horn's nice though. Poison Tail's not bad. Wait, did I? Hold on. Oh no, it's not. I was like, wait, did he mean to give this Sludge Bomb or a different poison move? Did I misclick? But no, it is Poison Tail. Okay. I didn't message Speedy, so obviously this was Gen 3 first. Speedy didn't change his Pokemon. And in Gen 3 Aeroblast is physical. So I was like, when I was making it in this game, I was like, wait, I should ask him, do you want me to change this to a different flying move that's physical? Because it's special in this gen, and Aridos is a physical attacker. And he was like, oh, I just wanted him to have a legendary move because I thought it was funny. He like didn't even, I don't think he even knew about the whole physical special thing with Gen 3 and Gen 4 being different. And I was just like, alright, we'll keep it then. No problem. No problem. W mindset. I mean, it is funny. Although it is also funny that we have Aeroblast on 2 Pokemon back to back. Not only were they submitted one after another, but both have Aeroblast, which is kind of funny. And then the next one, the shiny Gardevoir, submitted by Danny. Holding a metronome with a timid nature, with just normal synchronize ability that it would normally have. And then Shadow Ball, Psychic, Thunder Wave, and Calm Mind. So honestly, pretty standard moveset, other than Thunder Wave, which I don't think Gardevoir normally gets. Just a good Gardevoir. Just a pretty solid, shiny Gardevoir. Can he complain? I'm so looking forward to you accidentally hitting Explosion, bro. I mean, I'm just glad we have at least a potential nuke button to hit if this thing is just not useful. We get into a state where we're somehow, like, struggling in a fight. Alright. Put everybody up to level 10, that should be a fine level. I mean, here's the thing. Am I really going to have to use anything but Blaziken for a while? I feel like he can probably just cut his way through every fight for a while. I don't imagine he's going to be struggling to kill anything with cut or meteor mash. Yeah, you gotta love the Everstone. I will say this. Few people had a similar idea. To be like, hey, here's this unevolved Pokemon, and you can't evolve it, lol. And I'm like, cool, thanks. I will say as well, we did have to change one thing about Danny's Gardevoir. She did originally put on her submission that she wanted to have Draining Kiss. But I had to break it to her that Draining Kiss not only is Draining Kiss not in this game, but the Fairy type is also not in this game. So she was I was like, do you want me to just give it a Psychic stab move instead? Because it was that instead of Psychic, and she was like, yeah, just give it that, and I was like, okay. So, there were a few of the submissions that had a move or an ability that just isn't in the game, is in later gens, that I had to ask them if they wanted me to change to something else. But yeah. Alright. First squad's ready to go. Let's actually fucking do some battles. Make some progress. Buddy. Do you know what's really funny, by the way? Thinking about this. Like, I'm so betting that this will be the first time playing a regular, like, older gen Pokemon game, doing a Nuzlocke, where I'll actually run into a shiny in the wild when it's in a challenge where I can't even use it. Because I'm pretty sure outside of ROM hacks, I don't think I've ever Nuzlocked a standard, like, mostly vanilla game where the shiny odds haven't been changed, and I've actually ran into a random shiny just in a challenge. I don't think is that Hammed, Derek? Do you remember if that's Hammed? Oh, that's right! I forgot about that. Oh, we did. Although, well, that's after the shiny odds did get upped. It was a Chingling, and I think it was a Hoppip, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was a Hoppip. I feel like that's correct. And then I did also get a shiny. I just remember this. When I did a Nuzlocke of Scarlet and Violet after my initial playthrough, I got a shiny male Combi. Which was just, of course. Of course that's what I would get. Hey Snake, has he got my thing yet? No, not yet. We have not seen yours. We've gotten 4 eggs so far. Okay, I really didn't actually want to do that. We haven't had Derek's yet either. We've had Nebas, Speedies, Dannies, and Fishies. Those are the 4 we've had so far. We almost got Derek's. I'm pretty sure Derek's is number 2, I think. And the first egg we got was like a ball hair away from being the 2 on the wheel spin that we're using to decide which egg we're getting. It was like barely just off of the 2 and on to the next number. I think we nearly got Derek's, or one of Derek's, because both Derek and Echo both submitted 2 eggs. Do I know what numbers yours is? I think yours is like 14 or 15. It's like in the middle teens, I believe. Pretty sure. I think the number of eggs we had 23, 9, 10, and 19. as the 4 that we've hatched so far. Quick Claw, let's go! We definitely needed that to outspeed this Burmy. Hell yeah. You know what? Let's give Fishy a chance. Let's see if Fishy... I feel like this is the only point in the game that Fishy's going to get to do anything. So let's use it now. When it might actually be able to win some fights. Before it fucking gets boxed or dies. Our Drizzle Magikarp that can never evolve. Bruh. I think these encounter rates are ridiculous in this game. You know, there was a wee part of me that was a little bit glad that we had to change this to Platinum. Because it's actually been a long time since I've played through Platinum, I feel like. And I feel like I've done a lot of Gen 3 stuff. I feel like the last few times I've played a Pokemon game of some kind, whether it's a ROM hack or whatever, it's usually been like Gen 3 stuff. Because that's usually like the popular gen that people like ROM hack. I feel like it's been a long time since I've done any Platinum or I think Gen 5 and Platinum is like the longest time since I've like done anything in these games. Black and White rates, encounter rates was horrible. It was, yeah. Yeah, if we did Gen 5, you definitely would have done Oshawott, I know for a fact. But you know what? Well, I think if we do another Egglocke in the future, I might try and do it in a way later gen game, just so you guys have way more options. Not only for the Pokemon, but just like options for making crazy combinations of abilities and moves and stuff. Alright, hold on. Before we continue, first of all, I should save, because I haven't saved. But also, I do need to use a bath... I do need to take a quick bathroom break. Because I should have went before I started stream, but I didn't because I was kind of rushing to get everything set up. So that means more stuff I don't know, you should do it. I could also, maybe for next time as well, just to help people like make stuff, I'll maybe say to people like, hey, you're going to Pokemon Showdown and like go into this gen for this game, and then it'll show you all the Pokemon that are in the game, and it'll show you all the moves and stuff and blah 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 blah. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick, so I shall be right back. I'm back. Back from falling in the toilet. I knew it. Hi back. Meet your mum last night. Because that's what I was looking at. Ayy. Fucking got him. Alright. Thanks, buddy. Did I change the... I did. Okay. I don't remember if fighting these two actually gives you something. But let's do it. Let's give Fishy a chance to shine. Eesh. Thunder! Oh. Oh, I forgot. Oh, that's what you do. Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Your diving pedal to give you hidden power, but I think you do get hidden power somewhere else, so... Yeah, no, I'm not sure if the... Guess we'll find out. Hydro cannon. Oh. Nice. You know, speaking of Platinum as well, since we're playing it, I saw the other day that I think that the guy that made all the Kaizo Pokemon games, like Emerald Kaizo and that, he just released Platinum Kaizo. They give me a potion? Bruh. From a hidden power TM to a potion, that is pretty abysmal. Oh, that. Oh, I have to do the stupid clown thing, I forgot. Where the hell are they again? There's like 2 of them up here. I didn't even read that, I just fucking pressed yes. Okay. Yes. I think, aren't they all yes? And where the hell's the last one? I feel like down... Oh, he's right, he's literally right there. Okay, it's literally just yes for all of them. Cool, thanks. Give me more balls. Are there any useful apps on this? I guess we could have that to show the team that we have right now, currently. If only I could, yeah, if only we could teach Return to Blaziken. If only. Maybe I have to hope that Neba pops into the stream and I can be like, Neba, are you okay with me giving it Rock Smash? So that I don't have to have an HM Pokemon. It's a stab move, but it's only Rock Smash. Oh, Barry. Alright, Fishy, let's see if you can solo the rival fight. Fishy. What was Magikarp's base special attack? Like 15 or 20 Something like that. It's pretty bad. Oh, Chimchar. I forgot which starter I gave him. But that works for me. See ya! It's 15. Bruh. Wait, what? What? Yeah, it's 15. Okay. What were you confused about? Yeah, because I think his speed is like the only actual kind of decent stat that Magikarp has, and the rest of them are just abysmal. Oh, the first guess wasn't answering to that question. Oh, I thought you were. Like I kind of thought it was somewhere around there, but I wasn't sure, so I just assumed you were saying yes to that. Alright, time for another encounter. Time to get another egg, if we actually catch this. It's another Starlight, okay. I think all that kills. I guess we could Thunder Wave it. Bling. Third frickin' Starly, man. Hey Derek, do you remember back in the day? Back in the day when we first were like able to emulate Gen 4 games, and there was a weird issue where a lot of like move animations and stuff would have this weird like pixelated black outline around everything. No? Really? I so vividly remember that. It was such a weird little quirk of like early emulation of these games. Never really emulated until I started watching you. I remember seeing it in a lot of videos, not even just like on my own though. I remember like channels that I watched that would use emulators to like record their playthroughs and stuff. I would see that on and even on like Wi-Fi battles, because I think what people did was they would do their Wi-Fi battles on their DS and then use the VS recorder, but record it on the PC. Like they would put the save file on PC to then record the VS recorded battles and then put that on YouTube, so that it would have the weird emulation shit on that. Also, I like how you say that as if like I'm the one that got you into pirating video games. Like it was my fault. I didn't start until I watched you. I learned by watching you. Okay. It's not an incorrect statement. Let's see who we're getting this time. 21. Anyone? Six, 12, 18, 24, 23, 22, 21. What did I miss? Ads decided to exist. Fishy destroyed the rival and we caught another Pokemon that we're about to hatch. So you didn't miss too much. Yo, bro's holding a Yachi berry. Kind of a rare thing, isn't it? Well, it's taking a little longer to hatch, and maybe something rarer. Let's see who it is. Mooney, are you still here? It's Moonies! The moon cat. The literal moon cat. It's me! Hey, Mooney. Just, quick question, Mooney. Just so I'm clear on it. Are you allowing me to evolve this? If I actually... Where the fuck do I get a moonstone in this game, actually? I don't even remember. Do I don't have to go into the underground to dig for a moonstone, do I? Is that the only way to get one? Fuck. It might be. Oh, no. Hold on. Me. Just... Whoop, real quick. Alright, let's have a look at the moon cat. What do you mean it's the strongest cat already? Oh no. So we got Mooney's moon cat. Holding an XP share, the skitty. With a sassy nature. With a Fake Spore? Which I thought was a very random choice. And it has Meteor Mash, Secret Power, Slack Off, and Copycat. Not a horrible moveset. Pretty decent. Effect Spot is definitely an interesting choice. Yeah, that's the thing is, even if I do want to evolve this... Is this like legit one of your favourite Pokemon, Minnie? I'm assuming that's why you picked it. Or is it just because it's... I mean, it is quite literally a cat that evolves with a moonstone. It is the moon cat Pokemon. Like, it is quite literally that. It is very fitting. Took you a long time to choose. Ah. So this wasn't like your immediate, just like first thought then. It's kind of what I thought maybe that would have been the case, but it's because of how fitting it is with your whole brand. Oh, we do get a moonstone in Eterna City. Thank God, that's not too far. Weird though. I don't remember where. Oh, you need surf? Fuck me. Okay. That's not... It's a little later than I would have liked. Mount Coronet is probably like later. Underground, held by wild Lunatone, Clefairy, and Cleffa. Well, even if I do want to evolve this, it's going to be a while before we can get a Moonstone, so... Your favourite is Shiny Sylveon? Mmm. That's a popular choice. It's too bad. I guess it's too bad that we're not doing Gen 6 and then you could have gave me a Shiny Sylveon. That would have been actually quite nice. I wanted to try to make a strong little thing. I'll be honest with you, Mini, Skitty and even its evolution are not that strong. They're actually quite weak. I will try to use this though, as best I can. It does have a good moveset though. Meteor Mash is pretty nice. Slack Off. Effect Spore could come in handy as well. Stab Secret Power's pretty good. I know, but they'll do their best. They will. I will make them do their best. And if they don't, they'll be going into the grinder, just like the cats from Mugenics. I should buy repels, although I have no money, I'm realising. Jesus. I mean, they'll go peacefully into the PC, where they can live a digital life forever. Abra. Let's give Mooncat some shine here. Cat on cat violence. It's actual Mugenics. Give me the attack boost. Damn, or get a crit, that works. Oh! You get immediate effect spore as well. Yo, maybe the Mooncat's actually a beast. First battle, immediate crit and activating its effect spore. Kind of insane. Oh. Machoppa. Okay, this I should probably not stay in against. Oh. Excuse me. Yeah, what's up? Oh, thank you. Oh, he doesn't. He just leaves them there. Cheers. Oh. Wait a minute. Oh, you are a... Man, it has been that long since I played Platinum. I'm forgetting which ones... Forgetting which NPCs are actual trainers in these early routes. Do you know what I was thinking about doing, by the way, Derek? And that I should have done, like, a week ago. I should make a... I think I should make a Cloud Island on Pokopia and, like, share the code in the Discord for anybody to, like, if they want to join it and, like, play on it and stuff. We can all, like, play on it whenever and, like, create stuff together. But mainly, also, you get exclusive recipes and items that we could then share together on there that we can all get access to. Stuff that we might not have in our regular games. Like in our in our single player worlds. If any of us see any good recipes or items and stuff, we can post them. And they're just going to say, hey, this is on the Cloud Island, by the way, if anybody wants to take a picture of it and 3D print it, or if you want to buy this recipe that's being sold. I didn't realise, because I didn't realise that was a thing you could do on the Cloud Islands. Because I think, I'm pretty sure the Cloud Island is like 4 players max. And the person that hosts it or creates it doesn't have to be online. Like, you can just join it whenever. You can play no matter if the person's online or not. I think it's 4 player max can play on it, but I don't think it's limited to only the first 4 people that actually play on it. Like, I think as long as you have the codes, you can join it just as long as there's space. You know? I've been playing Pokopia, man. I've been playing that shit. I've seen people building a lot of crazy stuff. A lot of wild shit people have been building. And I have an idea for something I want to create. And they're like... Because I know once you beat the game, you basically get access to an area that's just kind of... Not creative mode, but it's like basically here's an empty slate area that you can just build anything on. And I have an idea for something I want to make once I get to that point. But I want to wait till I finish the game. Because you can go there early, but I want to wait till I finish the game. Not only because I want to try and beat the story mode, but also because I want to try and get as many recipes and shit unlocked before I try and do that, because it'll be a lot easier that way. Because I know you get access to more abilities that make it easier to build big scale stuff. So there's no point in trying to do big scale stuff now, when I can just wait until I have the better abilities that will make it a lot fucking easier and go a lot faster. I'm thinking, I still want to stream Pokopia too, so I think what I'll probably do is we'll just go back and forth. So we'll do this today. Tomorrow I'll stream Pokopia, and then Thursday we'll do more of the Egglocke, and we'll just kind of go back and forth between the two until I'll probably end up finishing. I don't imagine Pokopia is going to take any more than a couple of streams to like finish the main story. And then I don't know how often I'll really stream it after the main story's been beat. Maybe like a little bit, but not a lot. Hey Foss, how's it going? Welcome in, buddy. We have not seen your egg yet, by the way. It has not shown up quite yet. Also, I just realised, because I was busy yapping, I think I did get an encounter in here and I ran away from it. So that's my bad. Can you tell it's been a while since I've done a regular Nuzlocke? Alright, we got plenty of... We got 2 more encounters we can get here. Did the new Gen 4 one I sent get added because my old one wouldn't be any good in this gen? Yes. I should have. Pretty sure. Yes, I did. The updated one that you made. Cool. I think the old one I sent in was a Poliwrath that had bulk up, but it also had Shadow Ball, which would have been physical Gen 3, but special on this. Yeah. Although, to be fair, Poliwrath's special attack isn't horrible. I mean, compared to its physical attack, it's not that much worse than it. So it could have been still usable. Worse is better. You just want all of the ones to be bad Snake so that I can't win. Because you're a mean guy that wants to see me fail. Meow. Yeah, I would say that's pretty accurate. You submitted a decent mon with a bad, or a bad mon, but with a good move set and stuff. I mean, I'll try it. If it comes up, I'll definitely try and use it and see how it goes. It'll be interesting. Ba 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 ba. Well, you know what, Snake? I hope your Pokemon egg is the last one we get. And I hope it's right at the end of the game where I can't even use it anymore. Alright, let's see what our 6th team member is going to be. And this will be the squad for... Try and keep this as like the main team for a little while. And then we can start switching stuff out. Some of the newer stuff that we hatch after this. But let's see what our 6th mon is going to be. Spin. That was nearly 4, but it was 8. It was nearly 4, whichever 4 was going to be. But we get number 8. Going in the wrong menu here. 7. We've had 8. We've had 8, 9, and 10. Which is pretty wild. Nice view of the wheel. Hey, you don't need to be seeing anything right now, alright? Relax. You'll see what I want you to see when you need to see it. Sassing me. How dare. Let's see what we get. I do not remember which one this is. Who is it? Oh! Oh! Okay, so half the team is kind of OP and half the team is like kind of weak. There's the Chomp. This is Lilacs Pokemon. Which I'm assuming, I don't know what this is what this name is a reference to, but she wanted me to call it Malroth. Is that a dragon from something that I'm not aware of? Is it a special Chomp? Nope. Think of what the most OP thing you could do to Chomp, and it's that. So I can grab the right one. Oh, it's Dragon Quest. That makes sense. That is very Lilac thing to do. I've never played Dragon Quest. My dad has played a Dragon Quest game. I haven't. It's Dragon Quest 2. Oh, that is an OG one. Alright. Take your best guess at what ability the Garchomp has. We have Shiny, which, before I checked this, anybody spot that it was a Shiny? Before we looked at the stats screen here? Did anybody notice? Such a bad Shiny that even after hatching it and looking at it, nobody was like, oh, Shiny! Goddamn Garchomp. Guess what it has, though? Huge power! We have 2 huge power Pokemon. Jolly Nature with Earthquake, Aerial Ace, Fire Punch, and Dragon Claw. So unlike the Blaziken that was given huge power but kind of a bad moveset, this one is just a fucking monster that I can't imagine will ever die, and I can't imagine anything will survive an attack from it. So shout out Lilac for giving me probably the most overpowered mon outside of a legendary that we could possibly have. Hey Cam. It was Lilac, who's not here yet actually. Or maybe just lurking. But yeah, shout out Lilac for giving us just an absolute beast. God damn. I mean, I think as long as I don't have this thing in against any ice types, I don't imagine it ever dying. I'll be honest. Insert Paul Hogan meme. That's not a Garchomp. This is a Garchomp. That's not a knife. This is a knife. It's so OP you don't even need to teach Dragon Rage for the early game. True. It's actually insane. Danny! Do you not like Nana? Nana's on the team. What do you mean? Nana's right here. We have Nana. It's one of the first eggs we hatched. We are hatching randomly. I'm not picking the eggs. We're using a random wheel to pick which eggs we hatch. Just so I don't just pick the OP stuff. But we did get Nana already. I remember how much it sucked to do rare candies after the missing no glitch. Yeah, unless you're using a Shout out to PK Hex for letting me easily just give me thousands of rare candies. Just let the wheel pick all the OP stuff for you. I will say, I think this, besides maybe one other Pokemon, I think this Garchomp is the most OP thing that was submitted. I think there's one other Pokemon that you could argue is maybe as good or better, but it's very, it depends how you look at it, I guess. But yeah, this is this is pretty good. Do I know what the name is from? I have no idea. I was saying that. I said when I named it, I didn't know why. Jay keeps calling it banana. I don't know if that is what it is. Or if he's just memeing. I have no idea why it's called Nana though. Why the name Nana? Is it actually a banana thing? It's from Nana the anime. I don't think I know it. I am not familiar. Escape rope. It's so good. Do I know it? Maybe I feel like it may be one of those ones that I'm gonna Google and I'm gonna see it and I'm gonna be like, oh, I've seen this before. I've seen these characters before, or it doesn't ring a bell. No. Better not be some fucking hentai shit, I swear. It's crazy old. Oh, I probably won't know it then if it's an older one. Oh no, yeah, I've never seen this before. Is this some Yuri stuff, Danny? This looks like some potential from just the pictures I'm seeing. Is this a Yuri anime? Or nah? Yes, but also no. Oh. Is that like there are characters in it that are lesbians, but it's not about them? Or it's not about that specifically? Get me out of here. People wish it was Yuri, but it has a lot of undertones. Oh, I see. Just double checking the level of the gym. It is level 14, so I guess we'll put everybody up to 12. And then we can do 14 before we actually fight Rourke. I'm curious to see if the fish can just sweep the whole gym on his own though. Although well, probably not because Hydro Cannon, we need to recharge. But let's see how well the fish can do. It's not going to get a lot of time to shine, so might as well do it in the one place it can actually maybe win. Hydro! Blah. Oh right, I forgot the fucking Mooncat has got that goddamn XP share. Nice. You have more than one Pokemon? No, my whole strategy. Oh, it's an Onix, never mind. What the hell are you gonna do? Oh no, rock throw from your insanely bad attack? Yeah, lol. Hilarious. Goodbye. Anal beats? Excuse me? The hell? Ornix? Oh. I guess he has kind of anal beads. I wouldn't want him up my ass. But you know, you do you. I'm not gonna kink shame. Alright. I'm going to give Mooncat and Fishy the chance to see if they can beat the first gym. But if it looks dicey, we're sending in the Chomp. To just decimate the gym. Though thinking about it, I don't know if Skitty could switch in on a headbutt from Canados and like actually take it. So that might not be a great idea. Where do you think swimmer Pokemon trainers hide their Pokeballs? You know, you say that, but there's quite literally a line of dialogue in an actual Pokemon game where they do they do kind of hint at that a little bit. I think it's is it Sun and Moon? There's a swimmer trainer that says something about like where it just asks you like after the battle something like, oh, where am I hiding? Where am I storing my Pokeballs in this swimsuit? And you're like, what? Excuse me? Alright. Mooncat, let's see, you can take out the Onix. Surely. You know, I almost... Oh! Oh, that is not a lot of damage. And we are dead to crit rock throw, I'm pretty sure. Alright, Mooncat, you had a chance. I was going to say there, oh, how funny would it be if I click Copycat to see what I get? And then I remember this motherfucker has explosion, so let's not do that. Let's not do the copy. Let's not use Copycat when Skittles is in the team. I'm pretty sure Explosion is one of the moves it can pull from Copycat. Alright, Mildroth, let's just end this. No fucking about. Huge power stab earthquake. Muscle band boosted as well. Doesn't Copycat take the last move used in battle? I think you're thinking of assist. Oh, you're right. I am getting that mixed up. Silly me. That'll be good to remember. I don't know how often there's going to be a time where we can switch in and Copycat a move. Like, I feel like the only situation that'll be super useful in is if we switch Mooncat in to a ghost move that she's immune to, and then Copycat the ghost move on the ghost type to hit it super effectively. But I don't know how often that's really going to come up in a situation that we can actually do it in. But you never know. We do it. Well, the third gym is ghost type. Though if we don't have Mooncat evolved by then, I'm pretty sure she gets outsped by everything in the gym, so I don't know if that would really help. Bum 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 bum. Cat abuse? What do you mean? She's fine. We've got a nice balance of male and female on the team as well. Alright, so here's a question. Am I allowed to replace String Shot or Harden with Rock Smash? Because we do need it to progress, so I need to give it to somebody. Either that or we get an HM Pokemon. But since Randy already has Cut... and... Oh, let me double check. How strong is Rock Smash in this gen? It is 40. So with Stab, 60 base power. Only slightly stronger than Cut. Still not that strong. And even against the few types it would be super effective against, Meteor Mash would do more. I'd say Randy needs to keep his Randiness, and I'd catch an HM Pokemon. We are probably going to have 2 HM Pokemon, because there are 8 HM moves in this game. Although, okay, hold on. Cut we have. We'll definitely need something for Fly. I'm pretty sure Surf is on one of the Pokemon. I'm pretty sure at least one of the Pokemon we have in an egg has Surf, but we'd have to get it by then. Strength we'll have to teach to somebody. Defog we don't really need to teach to anybody, if we're being honest. It's only used in like fucking one area. I think somebody actually gave Rock Climb to a Pokemon if I remember right, but I don't... We might have it by then. And then Waterfall would have to teach to somebody. I think that using an HM Pokemon takes away the ability to use one of the Pokemon we gave you. That's the thing as well, is like, if I have to have an HM Pokemon or 2 HM Pokemon on the team at once, it kind of it's kind of annoying because then we don't get to use the Pokemon you guys actually submitted. And it's like, for the most part, most of the HM moves aren't good anyway. So it's not like I'm giving them, like, good moves through this. But so does replacing the moveset. Who? Okay, let me see something. Who can learn it? Okay, it's just them too. I'm never gonna click Harden. Look, at the end of the day, we have to use HMs, and I don't want to use HM Pokemon. We're just gonna have to teach them. I will just try to not change movesets as best I can, but we're gonna have to teach them to some Pokemon. It's just it just has to be a thing that happens. How about you can only change them for HMs? What do you mean? Like, I can only replace Cut with Rock Smash? I mean, that's a nice thought, but we don't have access to the move deleter. I can only change the movesets if you need an HM. Yeah. But like, we kind of need all of them at one point. The only move we don't actually... we'll never actually need to teach is Defog, right? Every other move we need at some point to make progress in the game. Yeah, well, yeah, there's... yeah. Like, yeah. Like, I'm only going to teach them when I need them. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm allowed to teach HM moves. I'm just going to give everybody Surf that can learn it. Like, I'm not going to do that. Or like Waterfall, I'm not going to be like, oh, I can give Waterfall to any of the water types we get, because haha, HM move, I'm allowed to use them. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying, yeah, I'll teach them to one Pokemon when we need them. And that'll be the Pokemon we use for them. So, yeah. And like, if I have the option to, I will like replace a move with an HM move that is like similar if I can. So like when we need strength, like, so okay, so a good example would be, hey, if I need strength, if Delcat can learn strength and we still have it in the team, I'll just replace Secret Power because it's like only slightly stronger than it, but it doesn't have its secondary effect. So it's like, it's not like it's changing much, you know? Like, I'll try and teach moves that are not going to change the moveset too much anyway if I can, but like, I'll try and be, yeah. I'm not going to take liberties with it. Only necessary, and I will try and teach them to Pokemon where the move I'm replacing will not really change it too much. But like, at the end of the day, we need to use HM moves, and having HM Pokemon that I have to constantly switch in and out is going to be annoying as fuck. And it also means that we're not, a lot of the times in the game, we're not going to have a full team of Pokemon we can actually use that you guys actually submitted, which would also be annoying. And changing like one move on a few Pokemon isn't really going to change much in the long run, so. Do I have money for repels? Because I'm so tired of random encounters already. I think the only thing I can do here is grab this item, right? Which is a TM. Although, if I'm not going to be changing the moves that much, I don't know why I'm even bothering. Like, at no point in the game... I will say this. There is, I think, maybe 2 Pokemon that were submitted that basically were not actually given any moves. They just were like, hey, use this Pokemon, and that was it. So for them, they're probably going to be the case of, okay, I can just give them whatever I want. Because they didn't ask for any specific moves. Which, now thinking about it, I think one of the ones that were submitted, I could potentially give a couple of HM moves too. And they're one of the ones that doesn't ask for any specific moves. So hopefully if we get them early enough, then we can kind of use them as an HM Pokemon, although I don't want to just throw every HM on them, because then it kind of feels like I'm not really able to use the Pokemon properly, but I'll, you know. I do wonder if, like, when Neba made this Blaziken and gave it cut, did she give it cut because she was like, lol, bad move? Or was it like, I'm going to give it bad moves, but also I'll give it cut because that's actually useful as well. Because he'll need to use HM moves. Like, I wonder if that was taken into account, or if it was literally just cut as a bad move, that's why I'm giving it to it. Okay. So I think now that we have a full party, I think the next few like encounters that we get, I will not change. I'll wait until we get to like Eterna City before we like switch them out for hatching eggs. So we're not going back and forth all the time. Hydro Cannon is stunky. Oh, you bitch. Frickin' fake out. Okay. Let me show you a real water. That was rain boosted bubble, by the way. Like, I mean, I know bubble's a weak move and it's spread damage as well, but goddamn, that is some ass damage. I like how MinaaChi's just going to siphon XP the whole run when it's in the party with that XP share. Oh, you know what? We've not used Aeroblast yet. Man, I miss when Aeroblast was an actual beam. Aeroblast looked so cool in Gen 2 when it was introduced. It was just like an insane looking beam attack. And then they changed it to just be this like, here's a bunch of like waves of wind that don't look like they're that strong. Alright, let's use Skittles for a bit. Skittles has not had any battles yet, I don't think. Give the Spotter some time to shine. I think it's literally the only Pokemon that we haven't had battle a single time yet. Also, we get a new encounter here. Hey, Lilac. For some reason, Stream has a black screen on my phone. What the hell? That's very strange. I wonder if that's specifically is it just an issue with the Twitch app? Twitch mobile app? Or something? Shouldn't be anything on my end. Yeah. It looks fine for me. Weird. Hey! How's it going? I don't use the mobile app, just normal mobile. Ah. Pretty good. We did indeed hatch your... I just realised I killed that. I was supposed to catch it. I'm... Okay. That's two encounters I've killed. Because I was busy yapping and got distracted. God damn it. It's not your fault. I did it earlier as well. When I was just yapping and not paying attention. It's me being dumb. But we got your Chomp on the team. It's insane. Absolute beast. Oh. Back to dodge. Did he just say he'll beat me with his Magikarp he caught? Oh, really? Oh, you're gonna beat me with your Magikarp? Oh, let me show you a goddamn Magikarp. Let me show you a real Magikarp. Oh, splash? Oh, you're gonna splash. Damn. Well. How about this? That's some good fish fingers. Mmm. Yummy carp. Kind of fucked up dad is like, here child, have this useless fish that can't do anything. Set his son up for failure, man. That's just mean. Poor boy, didn't he stand a chance? Okay, new encounter. I don't know if Poison Tail would kill Zubat. I think it might. Not risk it. Speed! Bruh. Zubat? Oh my god. Stay in the ball, please. My god. Are you fucking kidding? This should not be this unlikely to catch a Zubat that's paralysed. Finally. Jesus. Also, I should go buy more balls. Oh yeah, no, we have, I was gonna say Floroma Town. It's not, wait, is it Floroma Town? Yeah, Floroma Town before Eterna, isn't it? Yeah. Awakening. Oh right, we can't use cut yet until we beat frickin' Gardenia. I forgot. Patchy and Patchy. Yo, copycat, you know what? Copycat the Megahorn. Yo, let's go with X4. Oh. You know, I really thought Ariados would have been faster. That's kind of crazy. What did you get for Zubat? I haven't checked yet. We'll check it once we get to Floroma. We can get the other encounters around there as well. And then do a bunch of them at once. I guess I could have done it while I was back getting Pokeballs and that, but yeah. Do-do-do-do. Floroma. And before we do the Zubat, I'll go catch the encounter at the Windworks real quick. And we can do both of them at once. Back to back. I don't think Aeroblast would kill this, would it? Ariados's special attack is bad. And it's resisted. But it also does have a high crit chance, I think. Hmm. I mean, there's really no reason to risk it. There we go. Alright, 2 new eggs to hatch. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. What was my reaction to Garchomp? Well, I mean, I'd already seen him because I had to like put the Pokemon in the thing. When I first saw it in the form, I was like, holy shit. The chat had a fun reaction to it though. But it was goddamn. She gave me the most OP thing she could possibly give that wasn't just a straight up legendary, basically. And hell, even then, I'm pretty sure Gen 4 Garchomp with huge power is probably like stronger than most legendaries quite easily, so. Two eggs, who are we getting? Okay, 28. And... it was nearly 13, but we got number 14. 14 and 28. Okay, here's what we'll do. Was it you two for now? There, 29, 28. Six, 12, 13, 14. Let's see who we get. Alright, first egg. Oh god. There's one of them. This was actually submitted by... So, I sent this to you guys in the Discord. I also DM'd quite a lot of friends of the stream, other streamers that I've collabed with and friends with and stuff. But I also sent this form to my D&D group that I play with IRL, who are also, you know, into video games, and some of them like Pokemon and stuff. And yeah, one of my fellow party members submitted this. And apparently they wanted me to name it Bernie. Alright, let's hatch the other one and then we'll see what, and then we'll see their moves and stuff. Oh, fuck. Oh, the back-to-back stinkers, really? Oh. Nick? And he wanted it to be named Quagsire, which doesn't even make any sense, but okay. Alright, let me get the proper ones. I know you can't see, it's supposed to be that way. Just while I do this real quick, because otherwise you'll get spoiled on stuff. Let's look at our two new pals, eh? Alright, Bernie the Shuckle. Shiny Shuckle, holding leftovers. Careful nature. With sturdy, has his regular ability. I think it does normally get sturdy, right? I think so. With toxic rest, encore, and safeguard. I mean, the funny thing is, this could actually be useful, especially with encore. Encore's like one of the best moves in a Nuzlocke. And with something as tanky as Shuckle, using it as a mon to come in and encore something could actually be pretty handy. It basically is just a Shuckle, except I don't think Shuckle normally gets encore. I think that's the one thing it has here that it doesn't actually normally have. But the rest is a pretty standard Shuckle moveset, I think. I don't think it normally gets encore, does it? I don't know. Can I ask, by the way, Snake? Why the Everstone? Like, it can't evolve anyway. What's the point of the Everstone? Not that this thing needed anything to make it worse, because it's a love disc. An adamant love disc. With Truant. And no damaging moves. Camouflage, Water Sport, Grudge, and Roleplay. Like, this might be the worst piece of shit that anyone's ever made. It's like just the most useless, literally can't do a single thing. In any way. Just absolute dog shit. It's a keeper. It'll be a sacrifice, if anything, at best. And that's if I don't just throw it in the PC and keep it there forever. It's so bad. It's literally just unusable. Oh my god. At least, like, the Shuckle's at least usable in some way. As much as I despise Shuckle. But hey, we'll level them up. I took valuable time out of my day to make that for you. Yeah, I'm sure you hated every minute of it. Now his name makes sense? No? Quagsire's like an actual good Pokemon that has consistently been useful in like in decently mid to high tiers in like every generation. And is actually consistently in a higher tier than your shitty Shuckle that you love so much. Alright. Let's just replace that with something that's actually useful, eh? I also think the Magikarp is probably at a point where it's not really going to be useful. Especially when we're coming up on a lot of grass types. But we'll keep the Shuckle. The Shuckle can actually be usable. So mad. So petty. What do we do? We just talk to this guy, right? And then he... Oh, right. Yeah, we talk to this guy and then we go back to the other guys that are in the top left of the town. I remember. Oh, I have to fight you. I forgot I have to fight this guy. Why would I give it tackle? That makes it somewhat usable, and that's not what it deserves. Good bet at staying in the box forever. Maybe if I feel like there's some fight I somehow can't win, I'll throw it out as a sacrifice. And just let it die. Ow, fucking fake out. You just made me faster. Kia. Like, I'm really supposed to win like with a Pokemon like this. My exact thoughts hatching that fucking love disc. Ka-chunk. Alright, and then we go back. Wait, I should... Well, I was going to say I should grab these berries, but I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to just keep the items that you guys asked to keep on them. Pretty much the whole run anyway, so not like I'm going to get to use them. Yeah, Lilac knew. Lilac had to overcompensate for the utter dog shit that she knew you guys would give me. And she was right. It'll save you at some point. And the funny thing is, as useless as any Pokemon is in a Nuzlocke with how bad they can be, every Pokemon, even if they're unusable in battle to do anything, they at least can be usable as a sacrifice to get a free switch into something that you actually need to use. So you're not wrong. But I'll be honest, I don't know if that's ever going to come up. But we'll see. He's consistent, if anything else. I can at least give him that. He's consistently a dickhead. But he's our dickhead. Nightshade. Nope. Do You know what I'll say? Something I was expecting one person to do that nobody did. And I'll say that just because nobody actually did do this, so it's not really a spoiler. Nobody did a metronome Pokemon. I thought maybe somebody would do like, here's a Pokemon with only metronome, and you can't give it any other moves. Or like, you can't let it use any other moves or something. But nobody did that, which I was a little surprised by. I feel like that would have been funny to be like, here's an Arceus. It has only metronome. Good luck. I mean, that would be fucking funny. First time you use it. Just explosion, instantly dead. I was thinking of making a Wonder Guard Sableye with Swords Dance, Tail Glow, Agility, and Metronome. That's actually fucking funny. That would actually be hilarious. Like, it can't die to any direct damage. But you gamble with the metronome, you could just kill yourself. Pokemon with metronome holding a metronome. The most useless combination ever, because the odds of you actually ever getting the same move back to back is so goddamn low. It's kind of funny when you think about that. Like, they made a move called Metronome that is never ever going to be the same Pokemon, that is never going to use the same move back to back. And then they made an item called a Metronome that makes moves stronger, but you have to use the same move over and over. Crazy. If I make another egg... True. I think we'll definitely do another Egglocke in the future, because this was a fun idea to do one of these where you guys actually get to submit eggs. Because I think I did do an Egglocke before, but I think it was in like a ROM hack where you can just have the game generate eggs for you. And I did that like forever ago. But doing one where people actually submit eggs is such a fun idea. I'm glad you guys all wanted to participate and actually submit stuff as well. I really appreciate it. Insurgents, yeah, that was the game. Yeah, it had like a built-in egg thing. Which I think Radical Red also has that. It has like a built-in Egglocke thing you can do, I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, that was a hard game. Though that was so long ago now. And I've played so many other ROM hacks that are harder than that and done like hardcore Nuzlockes and like tried the Kaizo games a little bit. I do wonder if I went back to that game if I would feel like it wasn't as difficult now. Because I know I tried Emerald Kaizo on stream once, and I think we got to the first gym and lost like everything but one Pokemon, and then I was like, well, that was fun, and didn't continue it because I was like, there's no point with one Pokemon. And then I did try Crystal Kaizo on stream a little bit, which I think on stream I didn't go very far, but I actually ended up playing that game off stream a bit just to see how far I could make it, and I actually managed to get all the way to the to beat the Elite Four and Crystal Kaizo. But then there was all the Kanto stuff, and I'd lost a lot of really good Pokemon in the Elite Four. And I got kind of burnt out on the game because it takes so long to get through that game. Like, It would be like a 4 or 5 hour play session of just going through like a single route in that game. Because of how hard it is. It's crazy. You tried the Black 2, White 2 Kaiser style game once and didn't even make it to the first gym leader. Yeah, that was the Draiano hacks, right? The Volt White and Blaze Black. That was also before I think before I tried a lot of other harder games and was still not that good. Like, I feel like my skill level of Nuzlocke now is way better than it was back then. Because that game's kind of on the same level as like his other game, Renegade Platinum, and I Nuzlocked that and got all the way to the Elite Four on like my second try or something. I feel like I could probably go back to try Blaze Black or Volt White and actually could probably do pretty well at it, to be honest. The Love Disc also has 0 in all IVs too. Oh yeah, it does. Adam in Nature was just because of the physical special before Gen 4. Did you see, speaking of Blaze Black and that, did you see the thing that a bunch of Nuzlockers were doing over the past like year or so? Where they were doing a challenge that was beating the 4 Draiano games back to back with no calcs. And if they failed at any game, they had to start from the very first game again. So I think it was... the first game was Sacred Gold. No, what was it? Was it Sacred Gold? I think it was... No, it was... I think it was a... There was a Gen 3 game. A Gen 3 game he did. And then it was Sacred Gold. And then Renegade Platinum. And then... Black 2 or White 2 Volt. And... like Volt White 2 or whatever. There was like 4 games back to back hardcore Nuzlocking them. And yeah, if you failed at any of them, you had to start from the very first game. And that you had to beat all 4 back to back. That was like a thing a bunch of people were doing. Which is a crazy fucking thing to try and do. Let's not risk anything with this damn Purugly, yeah? Malroth can just wipe the floor with it. I was smart. I bought antidotes. I'm not gonna die to poison today. Yeah, also, yeah, the physical special split with no damaging moves, like... Just in case he tried fixing it, Yeah, you got me good, Snake. That's the thing with Egglocks. I think it's always good to have some people throw in some just absolute dog shit stuff like that just for the bit. Because it is funny. Because like if every Pokemon was at least usable, it wouldn't... I mean, it would still be fun, but... You gotta have some absolute stinkers in there just for the lulz. I'll say this as well. I'm proud that nobody did the Vaporeon bit. Because that was another thing I was like, somebody's got to do the Vaporeon bit. Nobody did. I was shocked. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Good on you guys. Also, I just realised I'm so underleveled for this. But at least I won. Easy. I forgot she was that high leveled. God damn. I guess we should get everybody up to like level 18. For the coming fights. Gotta do some stuff for the memes, yeah. Can't let you have a love disc, you fix having Water Gun. I'll be honest, Snake, I think even if you gave that thing an insanely good moveset, it would still be horrible. I still probably wouldn't be able to use it. You could have gave that thing a fucking Scarf Water Spout, it would still be terrible. Some Pokemon are just not savable, to be honest. No, I do not want takedown. Gonna have to be careful with that. Oops. Okay, did not mean to do that. Okay, whatever. Randy! Let's throw you out front for a bit. Jot down those for next time. I think, yeah, next time I'll definitely do it in a much later gen game, just so you guys have way more options for stuff. To create some fun shit. I don't know how late I could go though. I think the latest game I can really actually do this with is probably Sun and Moon, because I don't know how to or have any way to emulate the Switch games. And I don't know if you can even like save edit them in an easy way, and yeah. Like Sun and Moon's probably the latest gen I can go, to be honest. Unless, well, I was gonna say unless there's a way to do like Radical Red with custom eggs, but I don't think there is. Plus that game's insanely hard anyway. I feel like an Egglocke's only really doable in vanilla games because of how mixed the Pokemon you have are. Yeah, Sun and Moon's far enough that there's like tons of Pokemon to use. Like, you got plenty of options with that. Rock Smash! Ooh, with a Quick Claw. Oh, this is a new encounter here as well, isn't it? We didn't get a chance to catch anything here yet. That's true, if I do a game past Gen 5, Snake will actually have to give me an Oshawott. I don't think his malice and pettiness over me beats his love for Oshawott, so he'd actually have to give me something decent. Ew. I'd probably just insult you with the name instead. I mean, you'd be insulting Oshawott, it's his name. Let's go! Alright, so that's one encounter. We'll get another one in Eterna City, or the forest, and then we'll get another one. Actually, we'll get a few around Eterna City. There's like 3 encounters we can get immediately at Eterna, so that's like 5 eggs we'll be able to hatch before we even do the next gym. I think we're probably going to end up hatching all the eggs pretty quickly. Because I think you do actually get quite a lot of encounters throughout this game. I don't think we're going to be struggling to hatch everything before the end. Punch. Damn. Okay, am I crazy or did Randy just get the Meteor Mash boost like 3 times in a row? We got a 20% chance? What the fuck? Relax, Randy. You've got huge power. You really don't need the extra attack. Yeah, you're just being greedy at that point. God damn, dude. Dodged. Ow. Pow. Do you know what's fucked, by the way? I felt like such a piece of shit this morning for doing this, but like... So... Mother's Day in the UK was on Sunday. There. The, 15th? And then it's also my mother's birthday this week. So I messaged her on Saturday to be like, hey, are you working tomorrow on Sunday? And I'll come see you either at work or like if you're in the house or blah 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 blah. And she was like, oh, I'm actually out. I'm actually like out at on like a big holiday at the caravan. I'll be back on Monday. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just wait to see you on Monday then. But then on Monday she was like back kind of late, and then was like, oh, I'm gonna go see your gran tomorrow. And I was like, oh, you know what, I'll just come with you tomorrow, which today, to see my gran, because I've not seen my gran in a couple of months, so it'll be a good excuse to see her as well, and I can give you your birthday present and your Mother's Day present. Now, I hadn't bought her birthday present yet. So, and I knew what I was going to buy her. One of the things I was going to buy her was a bottle of Baileys, because she loves Baileys. But we were going to go to my gran's pretty early this morning. So at like 10 AM, I had to go to my local shop and be like, hey, can I get a bottle of Baileys? And I'm like, do I just look like the biggest alcoholic asking for a bottle of Baileys at fucking 10 AM on a Tuesday? Because I wasn't even a case of going up to the register and like asking for it like behind them, because sometimes some shops will have the alcohol like behind the counter, and or like the spirits at least will be like behind the counter. But they had them in an aisle, and it was locked behind behind like a glass thing that I had to go and ask an employee to unlock to give me the bottle I wanted. And I'm just, the whole time I was like, I wonder if they genuinely just think this cunt's a crazy alcoholic buying Baileys at 10 AM on a random Tuesday. Like, at least if it was on Saturday or on Sunday, they may have thought like, oh, he's probably getting this for like a Mother's Day gift. But it's past Mother's Day, and obviously they don't know that it's my mum's birthday. So they're just like probably thinking I'm just an insane alky. Chancy. I gotta remember, repel throughout this, so that we can wait to get our encounter after Cheryl leaves. About HMs, I give you permission to put physical HMs on Marlow. I recommend Waterfall. After you get through the Foggy area, that's area Lace's entire purpose. Yeah, well, this isn't set up where I can like give Waterfall to like anybody. If I'm giving HM moves to anybody, it's going to have to be something they actually learn. But I should. There's one Pokemon that I know someone submitted that I might be able to give Waterfall to that they didn't ask for a specific moveset, so I can just give it whatever. So hopefully I can just do that for Waterfall. But also Waterfall, I think, in this game is only needed for like one area as well, isn't it? Isn't Waterfall only needed for like... Isn't Waterfall only needed for Victory Roads? I think. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Well, we'll deal with what we're doing with HM moves when we actually get to the point where we need to use them and what Pokemon we have and stuff. But, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if that's the case, I think the only thing I could probably give Marloth that would work is probably Strength. Which I could put over Aerial-Ace, and I don't think we need Strength before that. So that would work. Aerial-Ace is nice though. But yeah, after the fog area, it's not as useful. Not that anything's gonna fucking survive a huge power earthquake anyway. Like, why use any other move when I have huge power stab earthquake? I don't think any other move would actually be needed. Unless it's something that like 4 times resists. Love Disc Wood, I right. You wish. Kia. Can I avoid you guys? I don't think I need to fight them. Or them. Yippee! Thanks. Not that I need it. Alright. Let's catch your encounter now. Badoo! Oh, Jesus. You can get Cut, Surf, Strength, Whirlpool, Rock Smash, and Rock Climb. Wait, Garchomp? Garchomp gets Surf and Whirlpool? Really? Does it? What the fuck? Since fucking when? What? That's crazy. I had no idea. What the hell? I mean, Surf I kinda get, he's a shark. But why does he get Whirlpool? Which I mean, Whirlpool's only Hard Gold, Soul Silver, but still. What the fuck? That's so random, I feel like. You know what? If Winds and Waves has Megas and Garchomps in it, Mega Garchomp Z, special set, give it Surf. It could actually work. Wild. If you didn't say Gen 3, then there would have been a low chance of me giving you Love Disc. Yeah, but then we changed it to Gen 4, so you could have changed it to something better. Wait, I forget, is this a new... I forget if this route is actually a different route or not. 205... 204. It is a new route, right? No. No, it's not. This is all... Okay, no, we do already have an account here then. Okay, so we'll only have 2 other encounters that we can get before the gym. Which we may as well go do that first before we get any more eggs. And we can just do them all at once. And a nice wee batch. Would that male combi be good enough? Bruh. I mean, I feel like making it a bad Pokemon like a male combi, but then giving it insanely good moves. Because like it still would not be usable. Would be kind of funny. I did have one of my friends, one of my IRL friends that I also sent this to because I thought he'd maybe be interested in submitting one. Because he also likes Pokemon. He did try to submit a contrary Pokemon. Like with using contrary as a strategy. And then I had to be like, ah yeah, contrary is not in the game. That's Gen 5. So I had to change it. Wurmple with no guard and 1-hit KO moves. Yeah, shit like that is funny because it's like very high risk if it can actually like survive or outspeed something to actually get that off. There's so many possibilities. You know, I could actually probably Psychic you to weaken you. You 4 times resist it. I was gonna say, or you could get caught, but you had to break out at the last minute, you bitch. Damn. If you said Gen 4 from the get-go, I would have considered Shaman. Like I said, you could have changed it. You had time. There was time to change. Consider Darkrai. Whoa, that would have been spicy. Darkrai and Shaman, my god. No. Do you know what I've just realised? Lilac, that could be an issue. As powerful as huge power Garchomp is, if he gets confused, that's gonna be really bad. That's gonna do so much damage if we hit ourselves in confusion. I gotta be careful with that. Something swaggers me and I'm +2 huge power and hit myself in confusion. It may actually one-shot him. Or at least do an insane amount of damage. I forget if that little patch there is an item or a trainer. It's the trainer. Ninja. Cool. Cool team of bats, dude. It's true. There is actually some risk there. Machoppa. Oh. Thanks. I already have caught on a Pokemon though, lol. Alrighty. Okay, you know what? I should use this box. 17 should be actual Pokemon that are part of the team. Then we have the Death Box. Then we have the Egg Box. And then we have the wild Pokemon we catch that will be turned into eggs. And then just ignore this. The temptation to just put Love Disc in the grave immediately. Don't even get a chance. Alright. 4 eggs. Let's do this. Let's see what we get, y'all. Ooh. Number 30. The last egg that was submitted. $17. Yes. 6, 12, 18, 17. Number 1. Which I think I remember who that is. And the last egg for this batch is number... 29. Alright. Let's get these hatched, shall we? first up. The Gengar. This was another submission from a D&D group. This was from our Dungeon Master that submitted Gengar. And he is to be called... Let me just double check. Yep. Mr. Grunge. Just enough space. I want to see if I can get my Switch dock custom painted with Oshawott. Ooh. Probably are some places you can get that done, but yeah, you probably got to be pretty careful with that. Alright, next egg. We have... the boy... Heracross. Oh, I love Heracross. This was submitted by... Gentlemaniac, just who we played who hosted the Cobblemon server that I played on last year, which we might be returning to at some point because the server is getting updated. Hercules, the Heracross, boys. Two good ones back to back. Bum, 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 bum. Shiny Eevee. Anybody want to guess who submitted a shiny Eevee from our community? Someone who's not been around for a while, but someone that's a big fan of Eevee. Probably guess. People that are in my Discord. It's Rachel. The Tartan Eevee herself. We're working on it. Sorry for the wait. No, you're fine. I'm not rushing it at all. I'm excited for when it's going to happen. Let's take as much time as you need. Especially with all the games out right now. Pokopia and all that. I'm happy to wait for it to be ready a bit later when there aren't a million games that I'm playing already. So much of my time is getting took up by Pokopia and Slay the Spire 2 and Mugenics and now we're doing the Egglocke. There's so many games. Houndour! Another one from the D&D group. I think this is the last one from my D&D group. And it is getting called... It's just... Getting called Harley. Just a good old Houndour. Nothing crazy. First... I don't know if I know it's not. I was going to say this is the first batch of unevolved Pokemon, but we had Skitty, obviously. That's not true. Alright, let me thingy these properly, and then we can go through the movesets and stuff. Show you guys what all these lads have. Okay. One is done saving. Jesus. Alright, let me show you guys what we got. So we got Mr. Grunge the Gengar holding a black sludge, timid nature with levitate. They actually put Cursed Body as the ability, but I assume they did that because they just looked up Gengar and saw that's what its normal ability was. But Cursed Body isn't in this game, so I just made it levitate. Because it was, I basically, considering the moveset as well, Nasty Plot, Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball Substitute, they didn't give it anything that it doesn't normally get, so I was like, okay, they probably just wanted to have its normal ability, which in this game is levitate. So it's a pretty standard Gengar. Just starts with a really good moveset, but pretty standard, nothing too wild going on with it. Just a good Gengar. And we got Hercules. The Adamant Terracross, hold the silver powder. Also, he has huge power. Who would have thought huge power was going to be a popular ability people wanted to put on all these physical attackers? That's 3 huge power Pokemon. My god. And just, yep, pretty standard moveset. Mega Horn, Brick Break, Earthquake, Bulk Up. Just an insanely strong Heracross. My god. And we got Eevee the Everstone Eevee. Submitted by Rachel. And yet Everstone, so I'm not allowed to evolve it, but it is shiny. Modest nature with thick fat. With Outrage, Earthquake, Tri-Attack, and Transform. We have a decent stab move, and then 2 strong physical moves, and then Transform randomly. I don't know how much use this is going to get, since I can't evolve it. I guess we could throw it on the team early here, and maybe use it a bit. But it is just an EV. And then we got Harley, the modest Houndour with Shell Bell. Flash Fire, so regular ability. With Fire Blast, Dark Pulse, Substitute, Nasty Plot. So they had the same idea as the Gengar with the Nasty Plot Substitute setup. And then just standard ability in that. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I was in ads and the stream froze. What was Gengar and Heracross? Oh, I can show you again. So Heracross, Silver Powder, Adamant. Huge power again. It's popular. And then Mega Horn, Brick Break, Earthquake, Bulk Up. So, pretty standard. Heracross, besides the huge power. So we have 3 huge power Pokemon. And then the Gengar's pretty standard. Black Sludge, Levitate. And just a standard moveset would have Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, Nasty Plot, Substitute. So, out of these 4 mons, we got 3 of them had pretty standard movesets. And only one of them had an ability changed with huge power, and then we have the EV, the thick fat EV with Tri-Attack, Earthquake, Outrage, Transform that we can't evolve. Yeah. We should get them leveled up. Then we should probably get them leveled up, and then we gotta pick a team to bring into the gym with us. Is 22, so we'll probably... What's the third? Oh, huge power Pokemon? Blaziken. Blaziken has huge power, Heracross has huge power, and so does Garchomp. Although Blaziken's the only one of the 3 that doesn't also have a crazy good moveset, so it's getting a bit outshined by them. Actually, all 4 of these Pokemon, I mean, other than the Eevee, but the other 3 are actually really good for the upcoming gym, so it could be a good chance to actually use the new Pokemon we just got. And then this will be like, still early enough in the game that Eevee could still do decently well. So, was there a lot of levels? Sure are. Saves grinding for hours. What up, demon? How you doing, my dude? Understandable, have a nice day. Yeah, I kinda wish I did this a lot sooner. I spent quite a few years in the early days of my streaming career doing Nuzlocks and would literally spend like hours on stream just grinding levels. And I really wish I adopted this sooner. Because there's really no downside to it. It doesn't actually make the game any easier. It just literally saves hours of fucking grinding that is just annoying and tedious and is also not fun to watch. I don't know why the fuck I didn't think to do this shit sooner, to be honest. Ariados should also be good for the gym. Gatron makes it too easy. Alright, let's do this. We got a squad of some of the new mons and then the moon cat. We can still maybe make it a bit. Actually get a chance to do something before we get to the point where we just deposit it. Yeah, hard gold was really bad for that. Doing alright, taking a break from coding for a little game I'm making for people to play with stream rewards. Ooh. That sounds cool. Damn. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Egglocke's been pretty interesting so far. Some pretty fun Pokemon we've been getting. Yo, Gardevoir. Let's do this. Alright, I have to actually talk to you to fight you. Shiny! It's basically the same as making a bot for Twitch, but adding a little spice on top by making some graphics and Python code. Yeah. Oh, so is it kind of like the same idea of like that fishing game that some people have on their stream, where it's like people can put a command in chat and like a little fishing minigame shows up on stream of them catching fish and stuff, like that kind of thing? Damn, not even a 2-shot. Ah, like a Tamagotchi kind of thing. Tamagotchi? Tamagotchi. Tamagotchi is like... Tamagotchi is literally the word for friend, right? And then Tamagotchi is... No, wait. Yeah, Tamagotchi is friend. Yes. Tamagotchi is the product I'm thinking of. Code is basically done. I need to make some pixel art. Ooh, Tama is friend. Tomodachi. Not Tamagotchi. Tomodachi. Because that's why that game's called Tomodachi Life. And then Tamagotchi. Tamagotchi's pocket friend, yeah. I have a Tamagotchi. One of my D&D a person that's in my D&D group, as a Christmas present, got me a one-piece chopper Tamagotchi. Which I didn't even know existed. That was a very cute present. Can I just say, by the way, something that's quite funny, right? So, I still haven't watched it yet, but the One Piece live action season 2 came out on Netflix like last week, and people have been giving it a lot of good reviews. I've been seeing a lot of people talking about it. I haven't watched it yet, but I do plan to watch it because I did like the first season of the live action. It was actually like a good adaptation for the manga, which is like fucking rare, if not basically has never happened before for a live action adaptation of an anime / manga. But it's been funny because so many people that I know who I've been telling for fucking years that they should read One Piece or they should watch One Piece because it's like my favourite manga / show, and it's like one of the greatest stories ever told, and it's so fucking good, and I want to have more people to talk to about. And now with the live action, some of those people that I've been telling are suddenly fucking interested in watching it because they've seen parts of the live action. They're like, oh, this show's pretty good. And I'm like, I fucking know! I've been telling you for years, motherfucker! I've been telling you for years this shit is good. So, yes. Hopefully they'll watch the fucking live action and be like, oh, I want to know what happens. I'm going to start watching the anime or I'll read the manga, blah blah blah. And I could be like, oh, if you want to read the manga, I have the first like 9 volumes, so here, read it, and then you can maybe fucking read the rest of it online or something. Motherfuckers. I also want to add some other interactions thanks to the webhooks, like maybe allowing people to control keyboard and mouse actions. Got to make a brainstorming session for cool stuff. That's pretty fucking sick, man, that you're making something like that. I'll be very interested to see that when it's ready. I watched the first season of the live action. I was very happily surprised. Gotta get back to speed with the anime though. Yeah. I mean, hell, they're moving it to be a seasonal anime now. It's no longer a weekly thing. So plenty of time to catch up now. But I think I started watching One Piece back in like 2013 or 2014 is when I started watching it, and I binged it like crazy. And back then it only had like 600 episodes, and now it has over 1,000. And I caught up in the anime, and then I started reading the manga and got caught up in the manga, and now I think for like the past 7 or 8 years I've been reading the new manga chapters weekly as soon as they come out, because I don't want to get spoiled on anything. I want to just know everything that's happening immediately, because I had some shit spoiled for me when I was trying to catch up, and now that really pissed me off, and I was like, never again. I'm reading this shit weekly so that there's no possible way anything can get spoiled for me before I read it. If I package it nice, I could share it, but I'm not going to be making a front end, so people are going to have to either no code or ask me for help with setting up actions. Still excited. I'll be excited to see it in action when you've got it ready to go. See what it's all about. Pretty cool, man. Spoiler smell. Yeah. You know the worst part about it is some of the stuff that I got spoiled for me for that when I was catching up on it. It wasn't even like me going to places that people talk about it and getting spoiled, or like seeing spoilers of people just talking about it on social media or whatever. The most frustrating part about it is the way I got spoiled was that, like, sometimes I would like watch the anime and then I would be like, oh, I really like this specific scene, I'm gonna go watch it on I'm gonna watch that scene on YouTube that I like, that fight that I liked, or this scene that I liked, I'm gonna watch it again because it was really cool or whatever. And then YouTube would be, oh, you like One Piece? Here's a bunch of recommended videos with huge, massive spoilers immediately in the thumbnail and title that you can't possibly avoid once you see them. And I'm like, cool, thanks, that's awesome. Love that I saw that. Love that this person just put major spoilers on the thumbnail that as soon as my eye sees it would be impossible to ignore and not notice. That's awesome. Thanks. Thanks, YouTube. Big help. Gotta work on my model and get it ready as well, very close though. Hopefully a month or two before I have everything ready to make one big day, thank you. One big day to add it all to stream. Hell yeah. That is true. And I do see, whenever I see people that are watching the anime now, a lot of people do tell them, like, hey, listen, if you're going to watch the anime and you care about spoilers, literally don't look at the titles. Like, as soon as the title starts to pop up, just, like, look away until it goes away. Because, yeah, there's so many episode titles that just flat out spoil what happens. And I don't know why they do that, man. It's fucking crazy. It's insane as well because, like, it must be just an anime-only thing. Because the manga doesn't do that. Like, all the manga chapters aren't named like, this character dies! Or huge spoiler of thing that happens in this chapter. It's just like, it's very like generic, not generic, but like it gives you a general idea of maybe what's going to happen, but it's like never anything like specific. Like there's never been a title of the manga that I read and I'm like, oh no, that just told me exactly what's happening. So it's like, it's specifically just the toy anime that does that, and I don't know why. But I guess it's that issue of like, in Japan, the culture is usually people read the manga. Like, they generally, it's like established that like, if you're watching the anime, it's because you've already read the manga. Like, that's way more common. So them like putting big spoilers in the title doesn't really do anything, because they're like, if you're watching this, you've probably read the manga and know what happens. So I did see, yeah, the creator literally had half of the One Piece in the sea in real life. Yeah, Oda, the mangaka of One Piece, Oda, he literally, yeah, had a whole like little stunt thing where he got a bunch of people on a boat and apparently wrote down on a piece of paper what the One Piece is, which we still don't know, and is like the big fucking, gonna be the big reveal of the show in the manga. And he wrote it down on a piece of paper, put it in like a chest or some kind of container, and then there was a whole video of them going out to sea and like dumping it in the sea, and then yeah, basically being like, oh, go find the One Piece. It's just like the show, it's just like the manga. People gotta go find the One Piece. Which is wild. Because, like, it's not impossible that someone will find it. So if it actually has that, if it genuinely has what the One Piece is written on it, and someone finds it before it's revealed in the manga and spoils it for everybody, that's gonna be kind of, like, there's a small part of me that's like, that would be funny, but there's another part of me that's like, that would really suck to like find out that way. I don't know. I'm wondering if it's more of a publicity stunt and he didn't actually write what's on it, or they're just that confident that nobody's gonna find it. But I think like within 24 hours of them posting the video, people had already figured out like the general area they were in for where they dumped it. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. It could fucking happen. It genuinely could happen that someone finds it. I wouldn't say it's impossible. There's actually a chance. I'm incredibly hungry. I'll be lurking a bit while I make dinner. Nice. No worries, my dude. Appreciate the lurk. Yo, Mr. Grunge, let's see if you can just solo this fight. I think there's a pretty good chance you can. I just laugh because that's within the spirit of the series. You're not wrong. That is, yeah, that is genuine. That it really is. Like, that would be the reaction to have. That would be very fitting. I'm just glad more people are getting into One Piece. The live action, bringing more people into showing them how good this series is, and getting them interested to actually watch it. I just love One Piece, man. I love it so much. It's so good. And it's so funny because I've seen it dozens of times of people being like, fine, I'll try and watch One Piece, and then it's like a month later and they're like, this is the greatest show ever made. I get it. I understand why people are so crazy about this. I get why they constantly tell people to watch this. Every fucking time. It's always the same. It's always people begrudgingly being like, fine, I'm going to start One Piece, and then like a month later being like, this is the greatest shit ever. Every time. I get it, it's just too long. Yeah, well, my answer to that is, oh no, more of a thing I like. Who cares? Nah. Here's my thought with that is, One Piece isn't too long. It's just long, but it's not too long. It's not longer than it needs to be with the amount of, like, when you actually read it. Because one thing I always see people do, I always see people being like, One Piece is so long and it has so much filler. It doesn't. Like, I think there's this weird conception that people have, especially with the anime, where they think the reason it's so long is because it has tons of, like, filler content. It actually doesn't. It has very little filler. At least if you're talking about stuff that's, like, specifically things that only happen in the anime, where they're like, oh, we need to pad out some episodes, so we're gonna, like, write anime only episodes that don't actually happen in the manga. There's very little of that, especially when you compare it to other shows like Naruto and stuff. It has so little filler. Now, does the toy anime specifically have a lot of filler where it's just them being like, let's make them run around for like fucking half the episode, not actually do any progress? Yeah, they do that, and it sucks. But that's why you read the manga. Or wait for the new anime that's coming out that's going to replace it. That's apparently getting made by Wit Studios. But just read the manga. Just read the manga. If genuinely, the manga is a lot better than the anime in general. Read the manga and then go and watch the anime episode if you're like, oh, I want to see how this fight is and looks animated. But like, just read the manga. It's amazing. Jay, One Piece is okay. I prefer trashy rom-coms. Bruh. I play too many RPGs to watch anime. Maybe you should just play the... Well... I don't know if that I haven't really played any of the One Piece video games. I don't know if there exists one that just goes through the story arcs. Because then you could just play the game and be like, oh, now I know what happens. But I don't think there's actually any that do that. I think a lot of the One Piece games are like... kind of just do their own story. I don't know. I really don't watch anime or read manga in general. Bruh. I mean, that's fair. I mean, that's the thing. If you're not into manga and anime that much, then it's like, okay, fair enough. It is that thing where it's like, it's just not your thing. Or whatever. What can I say? I'm just a little cutie pie. I actually do... I've watched a few rom-com animes, and I enjoy them. Some of the ones I've watched. But I think I've usually watched like the popular ones, like Dress Up Darling is really good. What's the other one there was another one I watched that was actually really funny. What the fuck was it called? I can't remember the name of it. But it was like a redhead tomboy girl who's really tough and is friends with a boy that she grew up with, and she likes him, but he kind of sees her as like a bro and doesn't really look at her or treat her like an actual girl, but she wants him to or something. But it's really good. And it's pretty funny. I can't remember what the fuck it was called though. Because I had one of those weird fucking ass names. May I ask for one final thing? Was that it? No, it was. I think it was the character's name, and then it was something along the lines of like this name is not a boy, or this name is a girl, or something like that. Because the whole premise of the show is like her childhood friend doesn't see her like, or doesn't treat her like a girl. He treats her like one of his bros, kind of thing. Because they've like grew up and they always like fight with each other and they're very physical, and she's like very tomboyish. What the fuck is it called? I'm trying to look it up. Tomo-chan as a girl, that's what it's called. Tomo-chan as a girl. Yeah, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it. It's got some pretty good humor. There was one I watched a few years ago that I also don't remember the name of, and it had like a one-word title that was a weird word that I don't think was even English. It was like a Japanese word, and I don't remember what the fuck it was called. I'll have to like look at my Crunchyroll or something. And I watched it because it had good reviews, and I thought it was a rom-com, but then it turned out to be a pretty fucking dark story that was still good, but it was like, damn, this shit was sad to watch. Like actual dark, pretty heavy stuff happening in it that I did not expect, but I did enjoy. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if my YouTube chat has just been dead the whole time, because it keeps saying something went wrong on the actual YouTube page. I don't know if people have actually been chatting on the YouTube side and I've just not seen it. Huh. I don't know. I think it's just something on YouTube's end. But what else? Alright, I think I'm just gonna call it there for today for the Egglocke. Made some okay progress, getting 2 badges. And we will continue this. No deaths yet. Yippee. Let's see. So I think I will call it there, and then tomorrow we'll do some more Pokopia, because we're getting pretty close to the end of that. we should be able to go to what I think is like the final area of the game. And then we'll do more of the Egglocke on Thursday. Let's see if there's anyone we can raid, shall we? Ah, I raided a Gary, who I've collabed with a little bit a couple of times before. They're playing some Pokemon Fire Red on the Switch. I raided them the other day, but their stream like immediately died because they were having issues, which is a shame. So let's try and raid a Gary again, and hopefully this time their stream doesn't die as soon as we raid into them. But yeah, they're just playing some Fire Red on the Switch. But I'll send you all over to a Gary. Thank you guys so much for hanging out today. Thank you all again for participating, and the Egglocke, submitting a bunch of eggs and stuff. I really appreciate it. But we will continue the Egglocke on Thursday. Tomorrow we'll do some Pokopia. So, yeah. I'll send you all over to a Gary, so show them some love. And I will see you guys. Later. Have a good rest of your Tuesdays. And yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow for some Pokopia. Bye!